Hi students, we discussed about the target organs and the symptoms in the last class, and we understood there is a connection between the affected organs and the symptoms. For example, if lungs are affected, breathlessness, cough, etc. will occur. If liver is affected, jaundice will occur. That means these symptoms are organ specific. It is related to that particular affected organ. Okay. But at the same time, there are certain general symptoms also. You may notice that whenever you have some disease, fever will also occur, and slight pain and the swellings occur in the affected area. These are general symptoms. Okay. So there are organ specific symptoms and general symptoms associated with a disease. And why these general symptoms occur? Because we have an immune system, and this immune system recruits more cells to the affected area in order to kill the microorganism. And this process of recruitment is known as inflammation. Okay. As a result of this inflammation, these general symptoms occur. And I told you AIDS. It is a sexually transmitted disease caused by HIV. It is a virus. And this HIV affects the immune system itself. So what will happen? Our immune system becomes weak and it cannot prevent any other disease. So any other disease or any other microorganisms can enter our body and cause the disease. Even a small gut problem may leads to blood loss and diarrhea like that. That means the HIV affects the immune system and destroy the entire immune system. Okay, so AIDS patients normally die because of other diseases. Clear? And the severity of the disease depends upon number of microorganisms that enter the body. If the number of microorganisms are less, the symptoms will also be less, unnoticeable. But if the number of microorganisms are more, then it becomes a life-threatening one. Okay, so we should treat the disease. So first we can study how to treat a disease. Principles of treatment. There are two ways to treat a disease. First, to reduce the severity of the disease. Second thing, to kill off the microorganism which cause the disease. Okay. How can we reduce the severity? Because I told there are certain general symptoms along with a disease. So take some medicines to reduce that, to reduce fever, to reduce pain, etc. Or take rest for some time, you will get some relief. But at the same time, the microorganism will not go anywhere, it will be there. Okay, so we have to kill off the microorganism in order to get a permanent cure. How is it possible? Take a medicine to kill off the microorganisms. I told you there are different categories of microorganisms which cause diseases. Which are they? Bacteria, virus, protozoa, fungi, worms, etc. And different groups of organisms have different biological pathway. It is different from one another. So when we use a medicine that affects only the microorganism, it affects the biochemical pathway of microorganism only, not our body. In this way the medicines are prepared. That is the basic principle of antibiotic. We discussed all these things earlier. But the problem is, viruses, these are the smallest microorganisms. They do not possess a biochemical mechanism of their own. They always depend on they use the host machinery. So if we use any medicine, that will surely affect our body only. Because viruses do not have their own mechanism. So it is very difficult to prepare antiviral medicines. You are familiar with the saying, prevention is better than cure. Why is it so? Because if someone has a disease, it affects or damages their body functions. So sometimes they never recover completely. That is the first thing. Second thing, this affected person acts as a source from where the disease spread to other persons also. Moreover, the treatment takes some time. So that much time this person is likely to be bedridden. So it is better to prevent the disease. Prevention is always better than cure. But how can we prevent the disease? There are two ways. One general way and the other one is specific way. The general ways include find out the means of spread and avoid the exposure. That is the solution. If it is an airborne disease, avoid overcrowded places. If it is a waterborne disease, always use safe drinking water. Avoid the use of contaminated water. Okay, so we can prevent that disease. If it is a vector-borne disease, always keep the environment clean. Hygienic environment can save the person from vector-borne diseases. Okay, but immune system has a very great role in preventing the diseases. Like any other system in the body, immune system also require good nourishment, good food. So proper nourishment is another important factor for preventing the diseases. So these are the general ways. Then which is the specific way of prevention of a disease? Identify the microorganism and prevent it. There are certain diseases, once this disease affects the body, it was the means of prevention of subsequent attack of the same disease. For example, smallpox, chickenpox, etc. How is it possible? When the microorganism enter the body for the first time, our immune system get activated. It produce certain antibodies against it, and it remember it. Okay, when the same microorganism or its close relative enter our body in the second time, our immune system reacts very vigorously because it remember that thing. Okay, in this way it fight against that infection and save our body from infection. This is the basic principle behind immunization. Have you heard about that immunization, vaccination? In vaccination, vaccines are given to the body in order to develop more immunity power. Actually, what are vaccines? These are the weakened or killed form of microorganism itself. When it enters our body, it does not cause any disease, but it activates our immune system to prepare the antibodies against it. So whenever the strong microorganism enter the body, our immune system can fight very easily and destroy it. Okay. There are number of vaccines available nowadays against the diseases. Example, polio, tetanus, diphtheria, etc. Okay. So using these vaccines, we can prevent the disease. So there are two different ways. General way and specific way of prevention of disease. So that is all about the chapter. Why do we fall ill? Now you know the answer. Why do we fall ill? So avoid such situations and always be healthy. Thank you.